Hey, I'm Handyman Dan with the YouTube channel You Can Build This, and in this video you're gonna see all of the craziness that we had to go through to fix this manifold. Specifically to replace this cartridge, which is for our shower upstairs. It was a pain. You may have seen our other video about how to change a cartridge. This is the full story about what we went through to change that cartridge. I really wanted to show this video because DIY projects, a lot of times they seem like they can be so easy and fast and simple. And yes, with editing magic, it will be fast and super easy. But 9 times out of 10, DIY projects don't go like that. So I wanted to show the full story of what we went through to be able to fix that cartridge. We seriously got so lucky with our house that they installed this manifold. I've heard mixed reviews about it, but I love it. Everything has its own line, and to turn off the water to a certain spot, you just have to find out which one it is and then turn it off. My family has a little bit of a problem because I cannot get this valve to stop leaking. It's not leaking in this, fortunately. So what I'm going to try to do, which I'm a little nervous about because if it doesn't work, I could be making a bigger problem. So I shut off the water to the whole house, and I'm gonna take this out and put it in to this one up here. I've got some test plugs. So I'm gonna put another one in here and use a test plug with like a 6-inch piece of PEX, just so that I can make sure that it's gonna stop leaking. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, Handyman Dan, this is a lot of work. Why are you adding this extra PEX pipe to this manifold here? The reason is because I don't have this cartridge. By swapping out the cartridges, it might work and it might be just fine. I don't have a lot of stuff below it that I'm worried about getting wet, but any water leak is a bad water leak. I don't want to get all of this insulation sopping wet from a constant drip from the manifold. The reason I'm going to all this effort to put this piece on the manifold is because today's Saturday and Monday is a holiday. And I'm already planning to take my kids on a camping trip. And none of the plumbing supply houses are open on Sunday. Do I think this cartridge is gonna leak? Perhaps not, but I don't wanna risk having it leak. When I put this on, because it's got a stopper on the end and there's no ability for like air to get in there, I should have paid more attention in science class in high school. I don't know if this is gonna fill up, or because it's got a plugged end, it's just going to prevent it from leaking at all. I don't know. If anybody knows the answer, I would love to hear it in the comments. So again, this is just to help. If this leaks, this pipe will prevent it from leaking anywhere else down the wall and causing a big mess. I'm gonna open this just to get the pressure out. I got a small set of these pliers, these vice grips, hoping that since the throat is small that I have enough clearance. It's got 2 little prongs. You just gotta push in. Oh yeah. Come on, baby. Ooh, I got it out. Sick. Oh, that is fantastic. Okay. And it's what I suspected. They make some where it's just got the gasket at the top and the bottom and not these ones. I was hoping I just need to buy those, but that's not the case. So I need to get these 2 replacements. So now I'm going to try to take off this top one. I'm going to swap this good one out with the bad one and then put a test piece on this. Oh yeah, sick! So this is the good side. See that damage right there? This is where it was leaking. Man, that goes in so smooth. Now I need to plug this one at the bottom just a little. Let's go turn the water on and see how it does. If it works, then the shower upstairs should not leak anymore, and then this may have a little bit of a drip. Obstacle number 2 is that with this manifold system, I had a couple extra of these parts right here. This just goes on to there here, you screw it on. But before you do that, you have to take your PEX pipe, and then it's got this shroud here, but this shroud piece broke. So this is supposed to fit over top of it. You're supposed to put this metal insert into it as well. This goes on there, and then you've got this piece that ties it all together. So the problem is I didn't have any extra of this little plastic shroud thing. So I did have to go to the store. I bought a 5-pack of this 3/4 to 1/2 inch fitting. So this just goes here, and then I'm just gonna clamp my PEX pipe onto this, use my crimper, and then on the other side of this, I'm gonna put a test plug. So I'm hoping that that will hold. If you've never used a crimper before, it's very easy. So I'm using 1/2 inch PEX, and these are called shark bite. Shark bait! A shark bite. It just fits on top of it, and it will be loose. That's fine. It's supposed to be loose. The male end goes into it, and it's got barbs on it. So you just want to push it in enough to where the barbs go into it. Then I can put my shark bite up. Now, if you recall, the barbs go to about here, so you just want to make sure your shark bite is on those barbs. This is the crimper tool I bought to finish our basement. You just open it up all the way, and you just make sure that it's on top of the shark bite, like so. It's centered right there, and you just crimp it. Now, when you do your crimp, you always want to test that it has a good crimp. If it doesn't, it will leak on you. Your crimping tool comes with this tool. It's got a go, no-go side. So as long as when you put this on it, you can't feel any high spots, then you know that you did a good crimp. On the other end, I'm putting a test plug on it. Shark bite's on there. Put the barbed plug in there all the way. It's covering the barbs right there. Crimp it. Test on the go and no-go side. No high spots. And I'm just gonna thread this on. I'll just make sure that it's tight, and then it should be good. Now, hopefully, if and when this leaks before I can get back to it to replace it with a brand new one, it'll go in this pipe, and then it can collect down here and not cause any issues. Well, it's been a few weeks since we've looked at this because we had to order these parts and they took a long time to come in. I ordered them from my local supply house instead of, I tried to find them on Amazon and I just could not find them anywhere. I tried the big box stores and they only sell the big manifolds. They don't sell parts like this. So I had to wait a few weeks to get these in. It also came with a nice little tool. So we're gonna use this tool instead of using my pliers here. Hopefully that'll help it go a little faster. So happy to report though that after these 3 weeks, I checked here and there's no water leaking at all. It's dry. This was just a fail safe. I technically didn't have to do that. So let's go ahead and disconnect this. And now we can begin disconnecting this. Once I open this port, this is gonna leak everywhere. So I've got a towel here to clean it all up. So I'm just gonna turn this 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay, so now that cartridge is open, I'm gonna go ahead and put this underneath. If I can let it out slowly enough, it'll just drip and not spray everywhere. So these cartridges just have 2 little teeth on the back. If you don't have that little tool, you can always use pliers. That's what I had to do at the beginning. I had to get my pliers and pinch it like that to get it to close enough to where I could be able to pull this out. But we've got this little tool here. This tool is at an angle and it's got these parts sticking out. So you just push it against the back of your cartridge. With the wide part of the diamond going out, that means that the 2 teeth are like this. So you just push against it and it comes out. You can see though, there's the really bad gasket and there's the good gasket. I'm gonna have to put this down because that's the way that the gasket is facing. I want the gasket to face towards the manifold. And then when it opens, it'll expose this hole for the water to go through. Also, something that's new with these new cartridges is you can see right here on the ends by the 2 teeth, you've got these other nubs. You can see inside that cartridge area that there's 2 little nub areas, indentations. So that means that when these nubs go in there, they can only go one way, whereas the old one didn't have those nubs. And that was because this was a 2-sided one. So you just push it in like that, push it until it clicks, and then it's in. Now when I go turn the water on, I'll feel this to make sure that there's no water leaking. And if there's not, then this was a successful fix. It is leaking a little bit. Is the gasket the same size on this? Finally Finally, I've got the right parts. It took Amazon a week and a half to get me these, which is fine. They were literally the only place that had these. I found out after going to a supply house that this model of the Pex Manifold cartridges have actually been discontinued since 2021. And that's why they cost me 75 bucks. Yes, that's a lot of money for 3 of these cartridges when I can buy 3 new ones for the newer Pex manifolds for like 15 bucks. Overall, this was still cheaper than hiring a plumber to come out here who also would not have the parts. When I pull this out, you'll see why this cartridge didn't work. From this angle, these look the exact same, except the one on the left has a little dimple. The main difference is the one that's been discontinued has 2 gaskets, 2 circular gaskets on the face of these cartridges. This one does not. And on the end here, this one has nubs that only allow it to turn 90 degrees, whereas this one does not. So you can actually turn this one 360 degrees inside of this port here. And what that gasket is covering up is that little hole right there. You can see it inside of the port manifold. It's just covering up the hole and stopping the water from going left out of the port. So it's really easy. You just push it back in all the way. You're gonna hear it click. And then you just feel that with your fingers to make sure that those nubs on the back have cleared the back of this port. Right now it's in the off position. So I'm gonna turn the water back on. And if we see no water coming out of this, then we know that it's fixed. All right. Oh, that's so awesome. We finally fixed it. Well, this project has proven to be very difficult. And here's the joy of doing DIY plumbing and fixes in general. Sometimes it goes really fast, sometimes it doesn't. Literally, this project is the epitome of my shirt. Failed, 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 succeed. Just goes to show that if you work hard at it and you keep problem solving, eventually you will be able to fix it. Once I got the part though, I was able to fix it fast and I was able to make it so I didn't have to call a plumber. So that was a plus. Did it take a long time to actually do it? Yes, because one, I couldn't find the right part initially and I was trying to not buy the more expensive part from Amazon. Could a plumber have done it faster? Yeah, probably. But at the same time, maybe not, because it wasn't until I found out that the cartridges are discontinued that I found them on Amazon. So the plumber would have come here and charged me the initial service fee and told me that he needed to order the part. So he probably would have charged me twice, once to come here the first time and then to come back once he had the part. And it probably would have taken him 2 weeks because I even called and went to multiple plumbing supply houses and nobody had the part. Amazon actually came through in the clutch and they were the only ones that had the parts for me. So overall, we did save a lot of money and we did save probably about half the amount of time by doing it ourselves. And I learned where to find the parts. Because of that, I bought 3 so that I'd have 2 extras in case any of these went out again. So I don't have to go find my spare parts in the future. I'm zip tying them up here onto one of these PEX tubes. That way the 2 spares are here, that tool is here, and then the extra tool to turn them off is here in case this one ever gets lost. Now we're done. If we ever move, the new homeowners will have these extra parts too. They don't have to deal with that whole hassle that I did of trying to find these parts and also having to spend 75 bucks to get 3 of them versus 15 bucks to get this set. This set is actually available on Amazon and at the plumbing supply house, but it's the wrong set for this manifold. As always, thank you for watching this video. We hope it helped you. If you want to see even more DIY videos like this to help you conquer all of your projects, make sure to check out all of the other videos we have on our playlists on our channel. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.